Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for watching On the Town with Tanya. Our guest today is a UK-based filmmaker with over 15 years experience in shorts, features, and documentaries. He founded Invisible Sword Productions to, Invisible Sword Productions to take projects from concept through post-production and release. Splitting time between the UK and the Philippines, he focuses on bold, character-led stories with universal appeal. Please welcome David John Jeffery. Hi. How are you doing?
Very well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're a very busy guy. G.O.D.TECH is what we're here for today. So I'm hoping we can inspire other filmmakers or people that want to be in film. That's the goal of today. So thanks again. So you've done many things. I hear something. Do you hear that?
I can't hear anything.
Really? I might
Yeah.
It sounds like the aliens are about to invade us. That's what it sounds like on my side. Okay, so we have aliens. I don't know why, but it's okay. So your journey, you've done DJing, stage lighting, acting, writing, and filmmaking. So which turning point in your multi-art journey taught you the most about creative persistence?
I think that over the years, I've tried pretty much every creative skill I could come up with, and so things have built on themselves. So when I got to the point of filmmaking, I had a whole stack of skills already in my my quiver of my bow, ready to go, ready to make the films. So in answer to your question, I think really there wasn't a turning point per se. I just went with the flow and got to where I was.
Nice. Well, as someone who built a production company and you oversee projects like end to end, how do you maintain both creative vision and discipline, like in the face of logistical challenges? Like, how do you do that?
Well, I'm very good at multitasking, always have been. And I've outside the creative world, in the industrial world, I worked as a project manager on many projects, multinational projects. And so bringing a film together where there's many facets and bringing multiple films together hasn't been too hard, because I've always found this multitasking quite easy.
Right. Wow. So filmmakers. I mean, I think directors and filmmakers, people in the arts generally, they're usually very good at multitasking. You have to be, like, because sometimes you don't have everything you need at once, so you have to be that thing. So I get that. So tell us about G.O.D.TECH, and we'll try to. I mean, now I didn't know which clip you wanted me to set up. I set up the first 34 seconds of the reel you sent me. So I don't know if you want that one or just.
Yeah, let's take the reel. Let's go.
Take the reel. I'll take the whole reel. Okay. So then we'll take the whole reel. Okay, cool. So then first tell me about G.O.D.TECH, and then we'll take the reel. The reel has other stuff on it as well, right?
Yes. It's got other film projects I've worked on.
Okay, so you guys will get to watch just a little taste of something, just a quick reel. But go ahead.
Okay, so just to give you an idea, G.O.D.TECH was a dream I had when I was 16 about what the future would look like. And this dream I had was in 1993.
Okay.
It was an idea of a world where the government controls our every move through a microchip, and that we all have. And there is a bunch of people who don't agree with what the government's doing, so they fight against it.
Okay.
And in 2009, 2010, my Barclaycard brought out swipe card technology, and when they did that, I felt this dream I had might actually come true. So I wrote it into a book, and it got to number 2 in the Kindle charts, and things just took off from there.
Oh, okay. I just see. I didn't. Okay, I thought I read something about that, but okay. So let's see. I'm going to try to see if I can set this up correctly. Okay, guys. Let's see if I can get this correct. Add on, and I already have a video slide image. Wait, it's image. No, video. Share screen. Haha. I was just joking. Okay, so I have it here. Let me just open it up. Give me a second. Share. All right. Let me go back here. You want me to go all the way back,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
we'll go back. I got everything fully open. All right, here we go. Let's try to see what this looks like. All right, ready? And it's 2 minutes and 41 seconds. There we go. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, good.
Ow! Leave me alone! I must come back to church.
Leave her alone. I know what you are.
You think you know?
No, I know.
What are you? I'm your church minister. Trust me, not Amos. Oh, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Tina.
Hey.
You got there, son? I don't know. That guy thought it was important. Oh,
So, how's the staff going?
struggling to get volunteers. Have you tried students? Students, seniors, homeless, the unemployed. Why not pay people a small amount of money, but only if they pass the test? Where's the funding for that?
I'll set the budget aside to cover.
Well, I suppose it'll save money in the long run.
And not everyone will be successful, so they won't get the money anyway.
Then it's settled. Hey, make it happen. Money is a great motivator.
Come on, ladies. Let's do another lap.
Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm done.
Great.
There we have it.
Thank you. That was great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. When you came up with G.O.D.TECH, like when you came up with the idea, how did you decide like which universal themes that faith, control, identity, which theme would emphasize like in your dystopia?
Yeah. So back when I was younger in the 90s, I went to church. The church was talking a lot about the mark of the beast being a microchip and how we'd be all under control and stuff like that. So it was like floating around anyway. I did a stack of research on the book of Revelation and Daniel, and I built the story based on a bunch of scriptures, and they were all around a centralized system that would, a bit like an AI system in some respects, that was computer controlled, that would control everybody. And I wanted to express the human side of freedom. So not necessarily Christian. In fact, in the film itself, G.O.D.TECH, I mentioned that it's not all Christians. It's also people that just don't want to be controlled, you know?
Right.
So I latched onto this, well, 4 characters actually. One is husband, wife, and 2 children. And all 4 of those characters have different temptations to lead them to go to the dark side, God.TECH. Okay. But depending on the character of the person depends on whether they can resist that temptation or not.
Sort of like life.
Yeah, like real life. So I picked up these characters, and I just basically the characters drive the story.
We're going to talk about a couple of them in a minute. Yep, for sure. Well, you also did a short film, I'm in Love with My Stalker, which won the prize in the London.
I won an award on that one. Well, a few awards.
Film hour project, 48 film hour project. I can't even say it correct. Well, what lessons from that fast-paced competition filmmaking?
Yes. So what it was back in 2011 was when I first started thinking about making God.TECH into a feature film.
Okay.
I'd never made films before. And a friend of mine suggested I take part in film competitions, like 48-hour, 12-hour, 6-hour competitions where you have to write a story from scratch, film it, edit it, and release it within the time period given. It's a big ask. And I ran those every single year since 2011. In fact, in 2024, I did 7 of them.
Really? I tried one. I didn't get past the writing. I wrote it, but I didn't actually enter it.
It's an incredibly hard task. And what it teaches you as a filmmaker is how to do things not only quick, but also on the cheap.
Oh, okay. So there is a advantage.
Yeah. So most film competitions say that you're not allowed to pay for anything. You have to do it all pretty much on nothing. So you have to get your crew together and your cast on nothing. Wow. So that makes it an even playing field for everybody. But it makes it incredibly difficult unless you've practiced.
Yes. So that is true.
So everything was about practice. And when I got to a point where I became award winning, that's when I felt I was at the stage where I could make a feature film.
Nice. Wow. Well, how do you choose, collaborators, like, the cast, the crew, like who shares your passion? Especially working across the continent. You're in Philippines, right? And UK?
Yeah. I'm in the UK right now, but I've got a home in the Philippines.
Okay. Gotcha.
So when it comes to collecting crew and cast together, I have found my favorite cast over 15 years, for one. I've got my favorite actors who I'll work with on every project because I know they understand my visions. So when I explain something to them, they pretty much know in my head what I'm trying to get out of them. And so that casting in that respect is easy. I brought Eric Roberts in on the one we just did, God.TECH. I wanted an A-list actor I could afford, for one, and also a guy that came under recommendation, someone who's really nice to work with in Hollywood. And so I went out to him and I filmed him in LA, and I collected a crew and together for that in LA. I built a crew.
How did you persuade Eric Roberts to take your prophet role in God.TECH?
I gave him the script and he liked it.
Nice. What would you tell him?
He's a nice
guy. He's not shy. You said
no, he's a nice guy.
I mean, I would think so. As a great caliber actor as he is, I would imagine not. What would you tell him about the story's power and his contribution, if you could tell him anything?
See, he loved the story. He loved what I was trying to do. And he plays the prophet to the world leader. So if you like, if you were in biblical context, he'd be playing the prophet to the Antichrist. Okay.
Wow.
And he basically is a glorified preacher who preaches the good news of this world that they're building.
Okay.
And
what about Jammer? Jammer's role too? What's he?
Jammer plays the Antichrist. He plays the world leader. So those two are in cahoots with each other. And if we make God.TECH 2, they will be together shooting.
That's crazy. And Jammer's the least likely person I expect to be.
It's funny. Jammer is a lovely guy, really nice guy, but he plays the evil leader, and he loves doing that. He said he really enjoyed it
because he would never do it. It's just opposite of what he really is. So it's hilarious. but that means he's got to be doing some good acting because it's like, wait, but that
He
smile
plays
alone.
it. He plays it really well.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So actors often feel very vulnerable with doing material. How do you guide them or like empower them to give a bold, authentic performance, especially in a film like God.TECH, with all those moral, moral stakes stakes at
It's interesting when it comes to picking actors. I do audition some of them. Jammer, I didn't audition because I just knew him and I knew how he would portray it.
Right.
And even if he couldn't act, he'd still portray it, because he has that mannerism about him. I give actors a lot of space to be the way they feel the character should be. So instead of saying the character is this and you have to do it like this, I say, this is the background of the character. This is their history. How would you think they would portray that history now?
Right. With your interpretation. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I let them interpret their own role, and in doing so, they play it much better because they've made something of themselves through it.
Right. Definitely. And yeah, most actors usually, I mean, if you get a sense of what the director's like, they can pretty much gauge what they're looking for in a character if they read the room well. I mean,
yes, and if obviously I'm a director, so if I feel they're going down the wrong trail, I will direct them back to where they need to be.
Right. Absolutely, and that's a good director. A good director will do that. So easy, and make everybody feel great while doing it.
That's right. Yeah.
So for new filmmakers that are watching, when the budget is tight and you have constraints, how do you stay imaginative and resourceful rather than discouraged?
Yeah, so this film pretty much had a zero budget attached to it. I did some of the contracts with deferred payments so I could get the best quality shots. So I wanted to get the best cameras, the best sound, the best visual aids. If I could get those, then the rest would fall in place. So everyone else was on expenses, and so when it came to pulling stuff out of people who weren't getting paid a lot, it was about showing them the vision. The people involved in our film were people that were passionate about change in this world. So the film is very much based around standing up for human rights, standing up for disabilities, standing up for equal opportunities. The whole film is centered around that. Okay, so people that wanted to, who could see the vision behind the film, could see the message behind the film, they're the people that got really enthused about it, and they're the ones that are my core team.
Nice. How do you recover from things like creative failures, rejections, or like stalled projects? What mindset or ritual helps you move forward when you
get it? I get them all the time. I don't know. I just I've got a very positive mental attitude.
You do.
And also I totally believe in the project. If I didn't believe in the project, I would have given up. But if I totally believe in a project for success, you'll never see me give up. I'll just keep going. This film, I've been going for 15 years before we finally completed it. I mean, people can't believe I've actually done it.
That's right. That's amazing. I think that's tenacity, and that's what it takes to get it done. Some people would say, "Oh, well, Hollywood didn't take it, so I'm not going to do it." But that's not how you base it. You base it off your heart and what your vision is. You had the vision for a reason. Like it's not just something that's popped out of thin air for most human beings. So if you have it, it's a gift that you have, or something you're delivering that I probably couldn't do. So I'm glad you followed it.
I think that my follow-up film is going to be better.
Oh, I can't wait. Hey, I can't wait. When you're doing sci-fi, how do you build your sci-fi world so that it feels, believable?
Okay.
How do you make the made up stuff connect with the real emotions?
It's a good question. So when it came to God.TECH, I wanted people to believe that this could happen today. So I wanted it to look like the world we have today. So I didn't have to change much, but that wasn't the reason. I wanted it to look like the world we have today, but with a little bit of an advancement in our technology. So I think back to like 40 years ago, I think, what's the difference between the world now and the world 40 years ago? Well, as far as like the aesthetics of the world, it's pretty not changed at all. The only additions we have is technology. So I made G.O.D.TECH the same. I made it like if we were to transfer 20 years into the future, which is pretty much what it is, 20 years to the future, the aesthetics of the world would be the same. There would be more people on the run from the government. So that was a little bit different.
And less trees.
Yes. But technology and these people that are in their real homes will have an upgrade on their technology. So all I did was upgrade everyone's technology.
Clever, clever, clever. Well, what's the core conflict or moment in G.O.D.TECH that you hope will grab people's attention in the, what's the most important?
There's quite a few.
Give me a few.
There are a few. There are a few things that I think that would be really. I think people are going to pay attention to it slightly.
That's what I want to see. Yeah, what can make them want to watch?
We have a robot. I mean, it's not the robot in the advert we saw. It's we have an android who is clearly malfunctioning. and because of the malfunction, they are doing things that we hope AI will never do. I'm not going to say any information. I'm just going to say that those glitches, and in fact, there's two robots and they're both glitching, and those glitches make people like, oh, that's interesting. Like the android who plays the priest. This is my favorite bit of the film, by the way, is where I rewrote scripture. She preaches a scripture, and it's clearly not a scripture, but she quotes it as a scripture. And then someone says, hold on, is that a real scripture? And then we see the robot glitch, and then they say the real scripture. And it's almost like saying, in the world in the future, when AI controls the church as well, and what's coming through the church, will a priest write a sermon around GPT? And will GPT quote scriptures correctly, or will it come up with its own agenda? That's part of it. There you go.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to get into it. I can't wait to see the whole thing. So in G.O.D.TECH, the regime controls belief itself. What message do you hope like the everyday audience will take away about their own beliefs and choices and autonomy? I can't say the word. Hello. What do you think? What's the takeaway for their own beliefs?
I'm actually curious to find that out myself. To be fair, I'm doing a blind screening in a couple of weeks' time where we're going to be throwing it out to random people who don't know anything about the film.
Just to see great.
How they react.
That's great.
And I'm going to be asking them questions on, what did they get from the film? Was there anything that spoke to them? Things like that. But if I was to say the agenda for the film, I would like to think that people will pick up on the subtle symbols and subtle things that I've like dropped in people's dialogues,
right?
That will make people think they can make change in the world. It is possible to change the world if you're someone who will stand up to it. We have a lot of stuff going on in the UK right now, so I mean,
the world.
They could, in the world, you could say that this was written for this time.
It really, when I look at some of the stuff, I was like, wait a minute, how do you know this? How did he know this? You're absolutely correct. But I can't wait to see it. And it's going to be so exciting. So for actors and writers listening right now, how can they gain resilience and discipline when their path is uncertain and acting sometimes can be a lot of rejection, right? So what advice would you give to some young actor that's watching?
See, the thing is, it's about your character. Okay. If you're someone, I had to take a plunge of faith to make this work. Okay. I quit my job. I went full time into doing this and making it work. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'd given up on waiting for 15 years and I wanted to just go and do it. If I was talking to a creative or an actor, I know they suffer rejection a lot and maybe even depression,
Yeah.
I
Because you're
would
up
say,
one and down the next.
but for me, my advice would be don't give up. I have so many friends who come to me and ask advice on how I push through, you know. I have had so much rejection on this. So many things have come against this film. You'd be surprised. People hear the story, they don't know how I managed to make it through for the amount of rejection I had on this film. But I kept going because I believed in myself. I believed in the future. I believed there was always going to be a future. This is what I would say, okay? If you give without selfishness, you will always win. Okay, that is a fact. If you give to others, you will get back what's in. Some people will say, if I was as a Christian, I'd say, if you sow, you'll reap back a good reward. As a person who may not be a Christian, I'd say, if you give, you'll get karma back. Good karma. If you give, the universe will give you back what you deserve. They can have it that way around. Okay.
Well,
but the important thing to know is that you give selflessly in everything you do, and things will turn around for good for you.
That's great advice. Wow. When you wake up each morning, David, what drives you to create? Like, what practices or sources of inspiration fuel your best work?
Boredom.
Yeah, you probably have ADHD like me.
I'm a bit of a workaholic.
Okay.
I have to always be doing something.
Okay.
When I'm writing a script, I'll get massive writer's block.
Okay.
And what do I do at that point? I start a new script.
Really?
Yeah.
Sound like somebody I know.
So I've got like 10 films on the play at the same time, and I go with the one which I feel is the most exciting to do at the time. Or if
but at least you activated yourself into actually making them. I've only written them.
So when it comes to making, you've got to just go for it.
Well, I don't
get a
production
house interested.
Right. I don't know if I want to. Like, some people want to be filmmakers and directors. That's what they want to do. I like to just write and maybe direct, but
and that's
maybe
great.
But I like to just write. Honestly, I wish there was somebody who could say, "Here, take this project, take this project." That's what I wish, because to me, the writing is where it's for me. It's where it's at.
Yeah. So let me say this: I was a writer before a filmmaker.
Okay.
I'd written about 6 or 7 books before I started doing film. And I only started doing film because I wanted to make the feature film of the book. And I only started making loads of films because someone was training me on how to make films. So like I told you at the very beginning, I didn't have a pinnacle point. I literally just rolled into things as I went along. Yeah. So you might end up doing something amazing like that. You don't know.
Maybe. I love interviewing people a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a fine line, because I don't believe an artist should be subject to just one art. Like, if I want to do my collage, I do my collage. I want to write, I write. If I want to direct, whatever you want to do is what your gift is calling you to do. I believe that there should be no limit on that. But if I have to be honest, to be fair, there is someone out there that's like, where's my camera? I got to get my crew. I want to pick out the actors. I want to do, they want to do all of that. And I wouldn't want to take that away from their moment.
That is the producer's role. And I only did that because I didn't know any better. Now I've been thinking, in my next film, I'll get another producer to do all that, and I'll just do the director. But then I say that, and then I know later on I'll probably end up doing the producing.
Yes, it's a lot. I didn't realize how much goes into just one film. I mean, it's just one scene. I mean, it's a lot of time.
One scene. If I had the money and I had the investment behind me for the film, I would spend one day 2 scenes per day.
Wow.
But my biggest number of scenes I did in one day, which people are mind blown over, is we actually accomplished 27 scenes in a day.
27 in one day?
Yeah.
How did you do that? Was that already getting on first take?
We did many takes, and we did back-to-back shoot. It was the longest day ever. It was like a 12-hour day.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's only 12. I'm surprised I'm 16. Like,
I'm very quick at the mark of getting the right shot that I want, and then we
I
move on.
see, because in perspective, audience, if you don't know anything about this, I played an extra in Crocodile Dundee. I'm in the last 5 minutes of the subway scene. Okay, this is how from the 80s. You know, Paul Hogan, very old.
Did you shoot out were you one of the ones that called out the line?
I was standing next to the guy, looked up and reading the book. They showed me 3 times actually.
Amazing.
So the producer's joke was, if you pass gas, you'll miss me. So that's how quick it was, right? But to give the audience an idea, that little scene that you see me 3 to 5 minutes the most took 13 hours.
Yeah,
13 hours, and I got paid. I think it was. I want to say. Was it because at some point it was 75, then it was 150 for extras? I want to say it was 150 in cash, and they put it in an envelope back in the day. They don't do that anymore. Now it's a whole new, you can't even find anything like that. Before, if you were desperate for money, you could play an extra and get some cash. You can't do that anymore. But go figure. That was 13 hours for that scene, and I never forgot it because I had the best time in my life, believe it or not. I wouldn't do it again, but I had the best time hanging with Paul Hogan. He was such a nice guy, and just watching how things work, how they contain the extras and what needs to be done and who needs to know.
The extras containing would have been the reason why it took 13 hours.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it was a lot. It was a whole platform. It was the Banyan Station on Skidmore or somewhere like that in Brooklyn. It was just been that long, but it was an old station. And I couldn't believe it looked like a real subway scene, like Rush Hour. So amazing. But I have a different level of respect for directors, extras, actors, like all those people it takes to make that thing on that screen make me say, wow. You know, it takes so many hours and so much. People have to really have their whole heart and soul in it for it to become that wow. You know, so I appreciate you so much. So looking ahead, what legacy do you hope that G.O.D.TECH and your body of work will leave, like for other storytellers and for the audience seeking, that's looking for encouragement? What would be your last words to them?
I mean, for me, I think the most important thing is to get your story out there, you know, like I said to you, Tanya. And also, the most important thing for me in my legacy, if you like, would be about bringing understanding to people secretively through film.
Okay. Yeah.
Teaching people things that they, or open their eyes to things that they may not have noticed. But for me, it's about getting my dreams and my visions out there for the public to see and critique as they wish.
Are you working on anything new?
Yes.
Oh, wait, excuse me. Are you working on anything new that you can tell us about?
Yeah, I can tell you. But I mean, it's finished the pre-production. We're just waiting for some investment funding. But once we get that, it's a romantic comedy sci-fi.
Oh, a romantic comedy sci-fi? Yeah. Well, I haven't seen that since. Let me right. Lost in Space. No, well, they weren't romantic. No. Spock and them, right? Spock. Nobody. Give me somebody sci-fi romantic.
Romantic comedy sci-fi. The only ones I can think of at the moment currently are Korean shows.
Oh, really? But did we ever have any back in the day?
We did. We had
the Jetsons cartoon. I mean,
Back to the Future. Back to the Future 3.
Back to the Future 3. Okay, I know there's something, but I can't let my brain think that quick. It was hard.
So let me tell you the basic story. A guy falls in love with a girl from the Philippines, so we can shoot in the Philippines and the UK on this one. Okay. He falls in love on a dating app, can't go to see her, she can't come to him. He gets involved in a government trial for cash so that he can buy the flights, and finds out it's a teleportation device. He steals the device, he flies out to see her, and everything goes wrong.
Oh no. Everything goes wrong. That part don't sound too good. Everything goes wrong. Oh, wow. Well,
so it's a fun story. It's a fun story of military after some guy who's just wanting to be with a girl he loves.
Wow. So let me. Wow. That's when will we be looking for that start?
So it's out on IMDb. the Internet Movie Database, called 8V40.
8V40. Let me see if I write that down.
8V40.
V is in Victor or B is in boy?
Yeah, as in Victor.
V40. That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. It's on
And I'll tell you why it's called 8V40. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
It's because it's from the Bible, Acts 8 verses 40, when God teleported someone from one country to another.
Oh, really?
Yeah. the verse no one preaches about in church.
Okay. Nobody's gonna preach about that. Not this one.
No.
So
the film's based on that. It's got his Christian flick in there somewhere.
Okay.
I always have a Christian element in all my films somewhere.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess every director would have their thing. So that makes sense.
It's always something subtle. It's never something like in your face kind of thing.
Okay. Well, let me ask you another question for other young artists too. So how does young, let's say musicians, get their songs heard potentially for a film or be able to write something for you?
Okay, so for me, I am always looking for musicians. Sorry, let me rephrase. There's a difference between musicians and composers.
Right.
Okay. I have my own favorite composers, which I'll probably always go to.
Okay.
A bit like how Star Wars is always John Williams or Hans Zimmer or something like that, because they always have their same composers they have from all their films. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
However, when it comes to musicians writing songs, putting songs into my films, I am always looking for talent.
Okay.
Always looking for musicians, songwriters who want to put one of their songs in one of my films. Even in G.O.D.TECH, right to the end, the theme song for G.O.D.TECH was written and it's in the end credits. And it's just so powerful part of the film.
Okay. What about
so if anyone contacts me on the website invisible-sword.com, they can write to me there.
Let me put it back up there. Let me put the banner back up. There we go. There's the banner. And then here's another one that I didn't realize. I'm trying to link everybody together when I can. So this is where this comes from. What about artists? So sometimes people need art in their films. That's a great way for artists.
Are you talking about art
just
inside
like
the film? Or are you talking about art about the film, like, a poster or something?
No, art. Sorry. If a filmmaker needs a piece of art in their film, how does someone go about inquiring about that?
Like on the wall in the film?
Yes, exactly. Because I know that's props, right? That's props person?
Props, yeah. Yeah,
okay.
Props.
Okay.
So realistically, I've never been offered that. And when it comes to props and things, most films like to have a pay to do that. Like they get a bit like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola commissions you to use the Coke in their film. Okay.
Right.
If an artist wanted to put their product inside the film, we would be thinking like a sponsorship deal.
Yes. Okay. So then, I was just wondering because like those are little things that people don't think of. And I know a lot of artists watch the show of different genres, the musicians, what writers, or whatever, filmmakers, the director, they do all the above, many people. So those are questions you always wonder, but you never really ask. So
I'll tell you what I really like. I like artists that I can pay to make a poster for my film.
Oh, no, that's fabulous. I know a lot of people for that. So
that is one way round where, but I can't afford much at the moment. But if I had the money, I would love to have art for my film. I think it's a great way to promote the artist and the filmmaker.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's a collaboration. I may not get $1 million, but I'll have my name on this credit in this film or whatever it is. So that's, to me, priceless. That's priceless.
I'm always for that. Anyone out there who wants to make a poster for G.O.D.TECH, come to me.
That's right. Come to me, baby. I can't believe our time is up so quick. I mean, like we still have time, but I want to say hi to people out here because some people have said some things here. Hi, Tony. I see you. Grandma Norma, I see you. Hey, welcome to your guest, he says. Let's see. Welcome your guests. Thank you for sharing. Bless you both. Happy Sunday. Thank you. She loves your voice. Grandma loves your voice. She said, I know it's that British accent. They can get away with anything, can't they? Yes, Sophia, the interference went away, it seems like, so that's good. Let's see. Denise, hey, what's up? California's in the building. Hey. And God.TECH almost, what did it say, Sophia? Interesting, God.TECH almost a parallel with the emergence of AI. Yes, exactly. Hey, Carl, what's up? And who else? I can't see you out there, Jennifer. Hey, I can't see you on YouTube. Sorry, guys, but I'll say hi to you anyway. Some people I can't see, so that's not good. But you know, I'm going to give you that. How about that? Hey, so thank you guys so much for taking time. Hey, David, I appreciate you so much. And you know, when you get ready for the other one, you know, you're always welcome back. You and your cast, your crew, whoever, you're always welcome back here anytime. Because,
when you got time.
When I got time, yes. When I'm not booking people out, well, hey, I'll make time for you. Oh, you know that. Because I appreciate you. I really, people understand. I really appreciate authentic artists who just take the realm and don't even wait for all the protocols and all that stuff. They just do what they got to do, and whatever falls, it falls. I like people like that because we're going so far away from that, especially with AI. It's becoming like, well, I can't do this because I didn't do that.
That's a whole new subject. That's a whole new subject. I can't stand filmmaking AI. I really don't like it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it does disservice big time. Plus, it puts people out of work, but that's another story. But anyway, I appreciate people who figure it out with nothing. Like I appreciate that because that's where we need to go back to. And we're going so far from that I'll make a good example. If I was to go make a film, I'm making this up. If I just took a DVD recorder and made up a film, okay, only a true artist could probably say, wow, that was really good that you tried to do that with that and that's all you had. But someone else who's old used to AI would say, well, that's not really efficient. It's not thorough, and you didn't do this, and you didn't do that. They'd come with all the why you, because they have an AI system working for them that pretty much does everything that I couldn't hire someone to do, right? So
I've created my own I know we're a long time. I'll just say this quickly. I've created my own trailers for all my future films, put them all up on IMDb. And
really?
The amount of people that write to me and say, oh, I don't like this because it's just AI. Mm-hmm. And none of it's AI. It's all done by me.
No way.
Yeah.
So some people don't have a good trained eye, but that's another story. Because I think I can tell. Now, maybe I'll have someone put me in the room and say, put some films on, tell me what, and then let me tell you which one's AI. I usually can spot it. And not just by the looks of it, but the storyline. It always goes left somehow. So I don't know. I mean, I think people can use it for certain things. Hey, AI, organize my schedule. I have to clean the house today and walk the dog and, you know, pick up groceries. Which one's the most important? And it'll make a list. Okay, fine, cool. But not for like, AI, write me a movie. What? No, you know? So anyway, there's some things it might be good for, maybe, according to this Google guy, no. But creative, you got to keep it to yourself. I think you have to be able to be authentic with that. Anyway, I appreciate you, and audience, you guys, as usual, thank you for tuning in to On the Town with Tanya, and I hope that David's story and God.TECH have lit a spark inside you to push you forward and move you to your own creative dreams. As you know, that's what we're all about here, motivating, inspire you to do your thing, not somebody else's. So keep daring, keep creating, and remember, your voice matters. Until next time, I want you guys to stay bold and stay true to your vision. And next week, we'll have, Kashawn Hill Anderson on about her new book about grief. Tell you don't want to miss that because we've all lost someone at some point. So make sure you stay tuned for that, guys. And I appreciate you all. And until next time, we'll see you next week. All right, David, hang out with me for a minute while I say goodbye. All right, stay right there.
Bye.